I've decided to give my new travel backpack a run today at work. Normally I carry my slimline, but today I'm going to carry this thing, and I've put extra stuff in it just so that I can get a feel for what it might be like carrying. And I've discovered a new principle of physics. That is, if you put more stuff in it, it weighs more. More stuff equals more weight. Fascinating. I wonder if Newton discovered that one, or whether this is new. So I've come to Paradise Valley Mall. I needed to get a dress shirt for the wedding. We mentioned that already. And the malls near me are pretty, well, I suppose I could have gone to Rectum Mall. And there was a JCPenney's there. Had I known, I ended up getting mine at JCPenney's. Which does have a big and tall men's section, which is good. Anyway, but I didn't. I came out to Paradise Valley Mall because, if you'll recall, I ate at Miracle Mile Deli the other day, and I said I had a pretty mediocre pastrami. So I came out here to Chompy's Deli, which not only serves massive, massive sandwiches, like this one, and this is a half sandwich, I might add, but 9 times out of 10, well, let's call it 8 times out of 10, it's good pastrami. 1 time out of 10, it's mediocre, and 1 time out of 10, it's exceptional. And today it was exceptional. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Anyway, then I went through the mall, and I went into each and every one of the men's stores, Dillard's, Sears, Macy's, and ultimately JCPenney's. And I went into the men's section and poked around a little bit, and nobody came to help because, you see, it's been 15 years since I've had to wear a collared shirt that's measured, and I needed measurements taken. And JCPenney's was the first one that actually offered if I needed any assistance, and so they got the sale. Also, they have, like I said, they have a big and tall section, and I do actually take a relatively big shirt. And not just because I'm getting old and fat, but because I'm also on the large end of the spectrum. So, I guess I can head home now. I've been fed, I've got shirt, and I need to start getting serious about packing, shopping, and planning for the trip. Because this is the last weekend now, and I need to make sure I've got everything lined up. And my shirts, when we went to camp, normally I would wear my cool shirts like this one, but I wore them before camp, and then James didn't do the laundry. Bad James. Bad James. And so I didn't have those shirts to wear at camp, and so I wasn't nearly as cool as I could have been. So I have to make sure that they all get washed and set aside for the trip to Taiwan, because I have to wear cool shirts in Taiwan. I've come home, and I've got another box from Amazon. I'm not sure what this is. I actually don't know. Oh yeah! It's pants. Trousers. Do you ever have one of those days where you just apparently cannot work a camera? Today was that day. I 3 times I managed to trigger the camera when I didn't want to trigger it, and untrigger the camera when I did want to trigger it. That makes sense. So, you know, the scene I wanted to get shot didn't get shot, and then my feet walking away did. 3 times. Which, I don't know. That didn't happen to me yesterday, the day before, or weeks before, and then there was a while back, I don't know if you remember, there was a day or two where that happened, and then it stopped. I mean, I don't know what I have done wrong, or what quirk of fate has set this up, but I missed out on several things I wanted to show you today. One of which was, you may have noticed when I was in the car, I was mentioning about my cool shirt, like this one, and it sort of implied you were supposed to know what shirt I was wearing. Well, I will tell you what shirt I was wearing. I was wearing this shirt, the Star Trek shirt. Some would say, like me, with the warp drive coming out the back. And others might say it's a gay pride shirt. I don't really give a crap one way or the other, frankly. I am not gay, but I am not embarrassed by solidarity and support, even if it is or is not originally intended that way. It doesn't really matter. But what's interesting is that I've worn this shirt many, many times. And like my other Star Trek shirts, occasionally someone will say, "Hey, cool shirt." And you can tell the other Star Trek fans. 8 times today in the space of 90 minutes to 2 hours. 8 times. I was counting. After the second or third time, it was just bizarre. I literally got out of the car at Chompy's. I turned the camera up. In fact, I could show you this if I really wanted to. I turned the camera up. I was shooting the Chompy's sign, and then I meant to turn it off, and I turned the camera down and didn't turn it off, and I was walking away, and the first group of people literally walked in, "Hey, that is a cool shirt." I go, "Oh, thank you. You're welcome." And off we went. I got to the door of Chompy's. I opened it up. 2 women came through the door. Both of them, simultaneously, without rehearsing, said, "Wow, what a neat shirt," and went on. And I had somebody else in the restaurant say it to me. That was 4. I got into the mall. I got to the first bench. Somebody else mentioned it. I mean, it went on the whole evening, and it was bizarre. And then it hit me. Today was the day that the Supreme Court ruled that gay marriage was legal throughout the entire United States, and gay rights supporters are rightly celebrating their eventual overcoming that bit of prejudice and discrimination, and more power to them. But I can't help thinking that might have had something to do with the shirt. I kind of wish I'd been walking with my family at the time. I don't know what they were thinking, sitting there alone in a restaurant, eating by myself. I don't know, maybe they were trying to pick me up. I don't know. Well, the 2 women obviously weren't, because if they thought I was wearing a gay Star Trek shirt, then they probably were probably showing solidarity instead. But anyway, so that's why I mentioned the shirt, and it was bizarre. It was really weird. It was doing my self-consciousness in. I'm like, why is everyone paying attention to me today? I don't like this. I don't like people paying attention to me. And for people who don't like paying attention to me, I should start a vlog. Ha ha! Anyway, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.